tech startups. I've taken tech startups. I've had my failed tech startup. I've had a successful tech startup to exit. And I also published a board game. It's now in 12 languages. It's won 20 plus awards worldwide. And that was my kind of baptism of fire of experimenting with social media. I got to speak for the Film Commission. Stand behind the camera, you know precisely how to tell a story. But as soon as you down tools, as you put your camera to one side, you cease to be storytellers. Because I can't teach you a thing about storytelling, but why are you not using social media, which is a storytelling platform? And as I said that, literally, the room just stunned to silence, and you could just hear everyone just going, chunk, word. You are the people experts in the enterprise. You are the guys that should be leading the way to tell the enterprise how to be people-centric, right? How to be empathetic, how to be sociable, how to engage with people, how to understand and communicate. And yet, are you leading social HR in your enterprise, or are you following? Are you driving the bus, or are you letting somebody else drive it for you? Twitter really is a conversational platform. There's an art to having a conversation on Twitter. It's not about racing through the conversation. Now I try and string out the conversation as long as I can. Because the longer the conversation lasts, the more people can listen to get curious. Say, hey Nick, what's that? Oh, they've invited me into a conversation with them to talk to them about something that I'm doing. Right? That is social selling. Really, it's not selling, right? It's just socialist. Life is a cocktail party. For me, there is no difference between work and play. 3, map out what I call your social space, right? If you're highly engaged, if you're this level of engaged, and you've got this many contacts, this much you've got great content, and you've got a big network, you have a big space to operate in, right? Social freedom, I create this environment, I'm creating tons of possibility.
Social space is the product of content, community, and emotion.
I'm creating serendipity by creating a 3-dimensional network space, right? So I let people in to my connection space to grow my community regardless. I filter very lightly. If you can't be bothered to fill in your profile and put a photo up on LinkedIn, you're gone. Engagement is the right to pay attention. You're earning the right to pay attention. If the way I converse on Twitter with people, I'm very playful, I engage with people, I talk about my stuff some of the time, but most of the time I'm like just passing opinions on things. I don't just retweet it, I'm adding it with opinion. I'm adding some color. Otherwise, if I just retweet it, any monkey can retweet. You don't need me there on my opinion. You don't have a big social space. If you say, I'll worry about building my connections later, I'm going to have great content and engagement with a small pool of people, you've just forgotten to amplify, right? You've got magnification within a small set of people. You need all 3 to get scale and effectiveness out of social media.